They are developers. They've got a large project downtown. I believe it's on Airtable on Taylor Avenue that they're renting and selling. But they also, Aaron is from northeastern Ohio near Upper Sandusky. So if you have any clients heading that way, keep them in mind. And Amelia was originally part of Garth's Auction House.
Right,
And
which is
was
right
with
up
us.
in Delaware.
Yeah, she was with
Yeah.
us for a number of years and came back.
Yes. So she's a tremendous resource for all of us to have.
Yeah.
And David McCabe, it works with Amelia also very talented. Is he here this morning by any chance? No, but you will meet them. And then Sean Smothers, whose sponsor is Rick. Is Sean here this morning? Well, let's applaud Rick. All right, and Morgan. I'm sure I saw Morgan. There you are, Morgan. And her sponsor is Brandon Potts. And Morgan is like jumping in with more than 2 feet. Lots of feet into getting involved in the market center. So we're delighted to have her here. All right. So now we're going to talk about people who have had their first closings here with us at Capital Partners. And that's always heartwarming and fun. Okay, Ashley. All right, Ian, are you here, Ian? Congratulations. Ashley, sorry. Okay. Lily? Wonderful. And Miranda? Okay, now our cappers for January. Capping is always wonderful. We like to then earn 100% of our commission. Mason. Yay, Mason. Look at that. Scott Harmonies. Yay. Craig. Craig. Laura Solomon. Yes. Congratulations. You got it? Okay. And now our top individual agents. Okay. We're doing it a little bit differently. We're condensing into one slide so we can see everyone side by side. So Sue is first.
It's our office.
Yes. Diana. Holly.
We're all three in the same office.
I know. Is that a coincidence? Probably not. You guys are working together. Yes. And Denise. Woo. And now our top teams. Okay, Suzanne Casey and Associate. And Paula Thompson. These are good numbers considering where we are in the time of the year and what the market is like. Okay, and now our top groups. Okay. Look at that. You're all tremendous. Absolutely professional. Dave and Grace. Sunderland Group. Good Jackson Advantage.
Woo, that's great.
Yep, and Millennium. Woo, wonderful. Look, if you add them all up, that is a ton of business, you know? Yeah, look at that. That's like $5, right?
$5 grand.
$5 grand. Thank you. My math skills are not the best, but it's a little amount of money. Okay.
So I will be presenting this month's Raven Award. So we wanted to recognize someone who's been in the Market Center, really taking a lot of leadership and helping a lot of our new agents kind of really step into their role and helping them with buyer consultations, open houses. She's a real staple of our Market Center. And that is going to be Miss Carol. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and again, so we have our VIP spin, and that is going to be everyone who attended family reunion. 2025. Let me get situated. And to spin. Yeah.
It's a condition of winning.
Yeah. No, whoever gets here first.
I'd like to
Think
walk.
so?
Awesome. Yep, Lisa gets. Okay, come up and.
Yeah, kind of stuck back here. Okay, so culture committee, we have met and we are going to, do the newsies again for Red Day.
Nice.
And today we're selling, raffle tickets for the 50/50, 3 for $5, 6 for $10, and 12 tickets for $20. So I expect you all to buy, so you can try and get some cash, hardcore cash. And we are looking forward to trying to put together some stuff together for, some of the newer people that are coming on board. We also, you're on a blank. We, got a trophy for the chili cook-off and,
Oh,
so,
wow.
that's your Don. Make sure you vote for the right chili. I didn't make chili. The other thing is we meet on Tuesdays at 11 o'clock, the first Tuesday of the month. So if you would like to join us in helping with culture, that would be fabulous. But otherwise, we will be selling tickets and can all the culture committee people stand up. There we go. So,
The 50 that doesn't go to the winner goes to KWCP.
oh, that's right. Sure, I really did.
Awesome, cool, thanks, Lisa. And next we'll have Carol Shear, who comes up.
Hi, guys.
Thanks, I'm coming up.
Okay.
Thank you for the award, by the way. Appreciate you. Anyhow, I'm on the education committee and we are really excited about this year. We have all kinds of fun things planned and that's probably the key word is fun. So we're gonna make this, we are looking to have you come and really learn a lot. We want to offer CE, continuing ed. In fact, Rachel Alley just got approved for a continuing ed course. And it's on April 14th, coming up on April 14th. And she's going to talk to us about pricing ahead of the market. Because as the market shifts, it's important to know how to price your listings ahead of the market so that you're not chasing it, you're ahead of it. So we've got that coming up. We've got on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday at 10 a.m., instead of coaching, we're gonna have the agents that went to family reunion. They're gonna come in and do a panel and talk about all the wonderful things they learned. And I'll tell you, at family reunion, there's so much provided. So tap into that class, 10 a.m. on Tuesday, yes.
Will there be a recording stuff available?
Will there be a recording available?
Yes.
Yes, there will.
Good answer.
Yeah.
And then also on Wednesday, the 5th, we've got the millennium class is happening. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Yeah, Jonathan, right? Okay, good. Lori does an amazing contracts class. She does contracts 1, contracts 2. I take it every year. I do. It is amazing. No matter how long you've been in this business, you want to take that class. It is really, really, really good. And that's continuing ed. You get back to that. We have, let's see, Ashley does her classes all the time, which is amazing. Thank you so much. DR Horton, I'm not sure familiar with what this is, but on March 10th, they have DR Horton AI. Does anybody know what that is? No?
They're gonna be talking about AI and how you can use it and that kind of thing, so they'll be in here talking.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. On the 20th, March 20th, we've got Mark Purcell with America's Preferred Home Warranty and Hey, Mark, thank you so much. And that's 1 hour CE, right? Awesome. Thank you for that. We also, now here's a really big key. We have Beat the Algorithm, which is a class, it's gonna be virtual. You'll see these flyers all over the office on March 27th from 12 to 2. It's gonna be, this gal, Rachel Adams-Lee, Brian found her, and it's really about how to use social media and to get ahead with social media and things like that. She's really excited and apparently has great information for us. So think about that and bring that to yourselves. Let's see what, March 12th. March 12th, if you would like, Pulte Homes has invited us to go to the retreat. If you plug it in, the retreat at Sugar Farms, to go see their models and then take us at 4 o'clock to their design center. So if you want to go participate in that, learn a little bit about builders and what they have to offer, that's great. And we've got a whole lot coming up this year. I mean, you know, Carol's working on this amazing class. It's going to be like a game show. And we're working on that, where she's working on that right now, but it's gonna be really, really fun. She's got a game show. We've got, Joe is working on putting together, the 36 touch program. And we're gonna look to bring it all in as much CE as we can for you. And I'm gonna stop talking. 'Cause
Only
Law and
one more.
ethics.
The Ohio Real Title is sponsoring a
Oh.
fraud class on the 19th.
19th,
Yeah.
yeah.
What time? What time? It's from, 11 at 11 a.m. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah, that's good.
Find all this information.
It's gonna be on your calendars and we'll send it out, Daily Snap, the Hub, all of that. So not all of this is released yet, so you guys will get this info, but yes.
Can I make one suggestion? Can you add times on these, on the calendar? Because sometimes I don't remember your tech classes at 11 or 10. That would be great if we could just have a start time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have any law, ethics, civil rights? Do you have anything of that
I
coming
know
up?
that, yeah, we're planning on.
I
that.
need all three of.
Yeah.
I do.
So I can tell you that there's 3-hour core law that is coming up with, I just pulled this up with the Ohio Realtors Association. And the name of the class is What You Say and What You Do Can Be Used Against You. And it's on March 11th. So from 9 to 12:15, but we will be bringing in, we plan to bring in those 3 also. And if you have any suggestions or people that you'd like to hear on those areas, let us know. Let us know. Those of you that are involved on our committee, can you please stand? Come enjoy our education. Yes.
Okay, so next up will be finance. John, come enlighten everyone.
Here, runs the P&L for their business. Yeah, let's get more people. Who knows what P&L stands for? Yeah, good job. So, we pretty much have a committee that looks at the office's P&L and sees, whether or not we're profitable and more importantly, where that profit and expenses come from. The 1 month we've had so far, we've been profitable, so good job, everybody. But it also helps us kind of look at the office's P&L, compare it to ours and see, where our profits coming from and be able to be more profitable, so.
Good.
Any finally, you're in the finance committee, stand up. Yeah.
Ah.
All right, and growth, Jonathan.
That's it. All right, so growth committee, we did a little soiree upstairs. Thank you to Ohio Real Title for sponsoring and bringing some goodies. And thank you to Brian Kemp for being our guest of honor. Ironically, one thing that came up was the value of the market center and how it's different here than maybe some other places. And it was the open books that we have. So John, we actually were encouraging people to learn a little bit more and take a deeper dive into what profit share looks like in how to understand the market center. And then hopefully as we get more people contributing and more crossover with committees, we'll be able to build relationships and it'll just feel a little bit different this year than it did last year. Okay, so with the growth committee, that's what we talked about. The one thing that we do have coming up is gonna be how to get one person in your downline by summer. So if anybody is either recruiting to build a team or interested in how the downline works, what to do, what to say, the support of the market center, that's gonna be our next little mastermind that we have coming up. So actually email out the invitation, probably do like a breakfast, little brunch thing and mastermind on how to get one person in your downline by summer. Cool?
Okay, you're okay.
Alrighty, so my tech update, who here is using AI? Pretty normally. Okay, awesome, cool. So did you guys know that Command has our own AI built in? So if you don't, I'm gonna change my little screen here. So if you don't, it is available on the homepage. It's gonna be like a little blue circle down on the bottom right. And that's our KW IQ, and that's our Command built AI system. So you can ask it a lot of different questions. You could ask it how to set up a smart plan, how to make a design in designs, how to send an email, all that kind of stuff. It's going to give you the basic steps because it's built off of Command. So it's a really cool feature if you're looking for another AI tool to use. And yeah, question.
Is the AI combined as kind of like virtual assistant?
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay.
No, not yet, not yet. At family reunion, we have exciting things coming up, but not yet. So it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be really good, but you can ask it all sorts of questions. So if you haven't used it yet, go ahead and ask it any questions that you might put into ChatGPT or Gemini or anything like that. Question?
I was gonna say, one thing that's really cool is when I click on my contacts, it has like the AI gives a summary of my entire contacts. Like you met this person at open house on this date, it gives me like, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's just the beginning of what they're trying to do with Command AI. So if you haven't seen that in your contacts, check it out. I will note if you don't see it, you need 5 kind of data points before it's going to generate that. So yeah, take a look at your contacts and kind of see what's going on. Okay, awesome. Cool. Thank you guys.
Okay. Nick is out sick today, so it just got me. One thing, before I get started, the Go Pass, please email Nick and get that so you can access the building, especially on weekends. And you need to email him and be at your computer so that he can email you something back. Why are you laughing? Oh. So anyways, make sure you have that Go Pass app on your phone so you can get in the building on the weekends. These are just a couple little tips for you in your opportunities. This first one, when you first create an opportunity, and you go to where you're gonna start putting your documents in, it says residential here. And there, if you click on the down arrow, you've got a bunch of choices of the type of contract that you have here. And each one has its own requirements. So I think a lot of you just default to the residential. And if you've got a new build, you have all these spots that you think you might have to fill in with documents, but you don't. There's only like 5 you need for a new build. So make sure you're choosing the right one. Building lots, you don't need an RPD, but if you choose residential, that's going to be there and it's going to say it's required. So just to avoid some confusion, just hit that little down arrow. And then this over here is for when you have a listing and you've got a contract on it and it falls out of contract. Don't just start adding more documents to it when you have a new contract. That gets really confusing. You come up here when you're in your under contract folder, up here under contract, hit that down arrow, add a version, and it gives you a whole new set of templates that you can add your new documents to, and you can toggle back and forth between the contracts if you would want to. But it's all fresh, then you're starting from scratch with that contract, but you don't have to add all your listing documents again. So just a couple ways to make it a little bit easier for you with your opportunities. Any questions? Okay, thank you. Okay,
Katie.
Katie?
Katie.
Katie? Fraudulent land listing.
You would just stand and talk about my.
Yeah, come on up. Katie's going to share a little bit of detail about an experience that she had recently. This has been happening, I'm sure Lori told you on Broker Corner. Probably has happened at least 10 times so far to agents in my market center, in our market center. It happened to me also last week.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, and it goes along with our class as well.
Yeah.
So you have the floor.
I'm Katie Gunsel, they made us know me. So last month I got an email from somebody inquiring about me selling their land. And I was like, oh, score, I just got a lead. So I got excited and they're like, can you, I was like, can you elaborate where the land is? All via email, went back and forth. Within a couple hours, they were like, can you send me listing documents? And I'm like, this is too good to be true. I mean, we all get easy deals, not that easy. So I was like my red flag started coming up. So I called Joe and Lori, and then I forewarned the name. And the name actually went to a different number. Before I did that, I emailed the person back and asked for ID, proof of title, and a phone call. They would not take the phone call. The number was not ringing anything. I scheduled a call for them to call me and they never called me. So then I forewarned them, found a number, called the lady. She's a very old lady. She's not selling her land. And then have reported to the board and told her to call the Delaware County Sheriff. I think
You also called the agent.
I also called the agent that currently has it listed. So, yeah,
You did?
I did. And it's still listed.
It did get listed by someone else.
Yeah.
You said it's still listed?
Wow.
Yeah,
It's still listed by the agent,
by a
even
different,
though you told him
like
that
2
it's-
weeks later, yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Probably got some good leads.
The lady was old and confused, but it definitely sounded like she was not intending to sell her land. She's got 3 lots. This is the smallest one. Today is day like 29, so I'm curious if it'll be listed tomorrow, because they told me they wanted 30 days, so. Yeah.
Thank you. Now, when Katie said, forewarned, she forewarned the person. Do you all know what that refers to?
Yeah.
That service? Yeah, I mean, it's very important that we use that, especially before
When you
we.
tell us what it is in case somebody's.
I'm just getting ready to, thank you.
Sister.
Yeah, forewarn is the service provided by Columbus Realtors where you can plug in a name or a phone number or an address, and it pulls up everything associated with that information. And it gives you information about criminal infractions that person may have had, different addresses associated with them, and it can really save you, actually. So before you meet people, before you get involved, just routinely forewarn them, just to protect yourselves. The other thing with fraudulent land, if you're involved in anything like that, let a title company that you work with know, and they will go ahead and call the auditor's office and mark that property. So if that property is getting ready to be sold, they will know that something might be a problem. So cover all your bases with that. Okay. Now, Rachel is going to share a lot of really important and valuable information with us.
Okay, hi, everybody. For those of you, there's so many new faces in the room. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Rachel Alley. I run Millennium Group here in the office, been here for 10 years this April. So one of my recommendations, and I was talking with Mary, was like, hey, wouldn't it be great if we took a moment in our brokerage meeting to talk about like what's relevant in the market? What's happening right now? What are some trends that we're seeing? Data that we can share with our clients, just things like that. So with recommendations, your hand goes up. And so I volunteer as tribute to kind of start this. Today's market within our brokerage meetings. And really the goal is for you guys to learn something you didn't know coming on here and then take it out into the field with you and have a better conversation with your clients. Okay, so thank you. Anybody go to the joint industry forecast?
Yes.
Great information. If you haven't been, put it on your calendar for next year. So I just pulled a couple things out of there. There was so much information from an economic level, a macro level. But when I was thinking about the day-to-day and what we're dealing with our clients on the front lines, there were really two key things that came out of that joint industry forecast. The first one, which we've all discussed quite extensively, is what is the rate environment? So they projected our 2025 forecast for the 30-year fixed. And what you'll notice for 2025 and 2026 is we've all been waiting for when rates go down or when affordability will be better when rates go down. When is that going to happen? The long and short of it is it's not. It's not going to happen. So promising the refi 6 months from now or 12 months from now might not be the best advice at this time. So leaning on data like this and that joint industry forecast to really paint a better picture for your buyers of what they can afford now is probably what they're going to need to afford for another year to 2 years at that rate and that payment. So a little bit of reprieve maybe coming in Q3, two or three towards the end of the year and into 2026, but really just trying to get below that 6.5%. And right now, are there any lenders in the room? Hey, there he is. Okay, I thought I saw you in the back. What's our current rate today?
Inflation is right around 6.5.
Okay, so that's better.
Yeah, and the
Yep.
FHA is going to 6.
Yeah,
It's definitely important to the last 6 weeks.
great. Love that. So keep us up to date on all those great things. Okay, next slide. You're close. Okay. The second biggest thing that I thought was really eye-opening, and there was a statistic that came out from CNBC maybe a week or two ago that you had shared. Consumers put $45 billion of credit card debt on their national debt for Christmas this last year, for the holiday season. I mean, that is a substantial amount of credit card debt. So you think about affordability, and I think about home buyers or homeowners. If you look at this trend of how much debt consumer or credit card debt consumers have acquired just in these last few years, that increase of credit card debt, the increase of credit card defaults. And then when I think about affordability, the debt to income ratio conversation, if we are swiping more and our debt is climbing, but we have home buyers, especially first time home buyers that are just trying to get into the market, we might really need to work with them for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year to really help this debt to income situation. So not only, and these are people that have good jobs, good paying jobs, good household income, but they've incurred a little bit more debt than maybe they anticipated. So yeah.
So based on the trends, you foresee any more like widespread changes versus just in the housing market? Yes.
I'm not an economist, but what I will tell you, I am a nerd of data. What I will tell you is it shows up in our trends. So when I started in real estate, our first time home buyers were in their late 20s. We've lost 10 years of the sector of the market. And this is a factor coming into that, right? Okay, so things to be aware of, or things to maybe have that extra conversation of, are you carrying any extra debt? Is there something that might impact you being able to qualify to buy a house? Why don't I get you connected with a great lender so we can really look at that? And if now is not the right time, what do we need to do to put a plan together for the next 6 months? Or by the time your lease is up when that comes around, okay? So those were the two biggest things I took out of that. And plug to you in the back, there is a free home buyer seminar. And this is for first-time home buyers. So when we're talking about affordability and we're talking about interest rates and we're talking about debt to income or accumulation of credit card debt, take your leads, your first-time home buyers in your pipeline, invite them to Thomas's seminar. It's a great opportunity to educate them, have them learn about what it takes financially to buy a house, and then you get to be their advisor on that path, and then ultimately get the business. Go ahead.
Thank you for the plug.
Yeah.
If I can just add to it, so on the last seminar, we had about 7 clients started the approval process, and 4 of them are struggling with not only debt, but the delinquency rates going through the roof right now. There's higher debt, higher interest rates,
Yep.
higher delinquency rates. So we got to plan to get them back on track with their payments.
Mhm.
And, it's a big problem right now. The amount of
Yeah.
consumer debt and the interest is going through the roof right now. It's putting a lot of strain on our clients.
Yep, absolutely. Great. Okay, hit it. Okay, so I was like, okay, what data can I pull? And this time of the year, I'm like, okay, what happened in January? What happened in February? Is it more activity than January? How's the market changing? How's it trending? So I pulled a showing time report to look at the number of showings we had in January in the market versus the number of showings we've had in February in the market. And just to pull some insights for you guys so that we can say, is the market speeding up? Is it picking up? Is it staying the same? How do we price our listings? What can we tell our clients to expect as far as buyer competition or multiple offers? So there was a surge in showings across most price points. The 200, basically your first time home buyer price points, 2 to 400,000, those were seeing the most cumulative increase in showings. The $600,000 to $800,000, that kind of move up market, they started to gain momentum in February compared to January. So we are seeing more showings in the market. We're seeing increased buyer demand, but we're also seeing more listings come to the market, right? So this is kind of indicative of new listing inventory coming up. So I said, okay, if I were to tell my seller, hey, we're gonna have 50% more showings on your listing than we did the same time last month, probably not true. So I'm like, okay, next slide. I got it. So I'm like, okay, month over month, showings per listing. So how many average showings is each listing and each price tier getting? Are we getting more showings per listing, or are we kind of staying status quo? So while the total number of showings did increase, more activity in the market, the amount of showings per listing, if you look at this in price tiers, is pretty consistent. So we're not actually getting more demand per listing. There are some listings that get more demand than others, or multiple offers compared to others. But from a strategy standpoint, we're not seeing a lot of change in most of the price ranges. So strategic planning matters. Pricing conversations matter. Maybe still staying a little bit more conservative on your pricing until spring appreciation sets in, and we have more 2025 comps to compare to. And then really with our luxury market, continuing improved pricing strategies and more aggressive marketing. Okay, questions?
Very good.
Thoughts? Good, helpful?
Very
Okay.
Very good.
Very good.
All right.
Share the slide. Thank you.
Go out.
Thanks, Rachel.
Yep.
You'll have access to all those slides as part of the normal recap that Ashley sends out
Okay.
to us. One
Um, I'd like to add one more thing in line with trends. So I have the real numbers as to Columbus Realtors membership. A year ago, there were 9,007 Realtor members, 444 affiliates who pay Realtor dues, pay full dues. So the real number was 9,007 a year ago. The real number now is 8,065 Realtor members. Affiliates, 382. So the number is down 10.6%, almost 11%. So that's a trend. So be thinking about that. And we will start to see any future trends. We'll start to see how many new members come aboard monthly and what the enrollment is in real estate schools, and we'll begin to see. So our number that we'll base our metrics on is around the 8,000 Realtor number. So when our agents are in the top 1%, and we have some, you know how significant that number really is. So that's all I have, but Rachel, great job.
Yeah, thank you. All right, there's our broker corner recap. If you have any questions about any of those things, you know, feel free to reach out to me, reach out to Lori. Okay. Ashley.
Just a recap, Carol covered most of this, and there's some additional things that aren't on here, but March the 4th, which is next week on Tuesday, we're doing a family reunion recap. So all of us who went to family reunion are gonna bring the best of our best from the different breakout sessions, et cetera, that we went to. So please come to that and celebrate Mardi Gras. There is a rumor that there'll be some king cake here, so I know Katie Klein will be here for sure. So, and then the contracts class on 3-6 and 3-13, both of those are a CE. Again, the fraud discussion with Ohio Real Title. And then on 3-27, Rachel Adams Lee, if you've not followed her, she's a very productive Keller Williams agent. I was gonna say she was a large agent, but she's not large. She's very productive, and her class is called Beat the Algorithm, and she is a social media whiz. So please plan to attend that. It'll be great. And then in April, we have on April the 2nd, the homebuyer seminar by Thomas, which was mentioned earlier. 4/26 is going to be our Shred It Day. We have, in the fall, we had our fall party that we put on for the agents to bring and invite their clients to. And so we want to do something in the spring. So we're putting on a Shred It Day. So each of you are allowed to come and participate on that. There's a small cost to come do that, but we're bringing in, the Market Center is bringing in, where's Tanya we're gonna have, we'll have the Shred It. We'll also have electronic recycling, and
That's about it, yeah.
is that it for
Yeah,
now?
that's
Okay,
it.
we talked about paint and some other things, and so it'll be a real easy event that should allow you to do some really good touches for your database, and we'll do all the work for you. You just show up and get your clients here. And then lastly is our blood drive, which Thomas has helped organize. It'll be our second blood drive. We did one last year, doing it again this year on April the 30th. So a few more things on there, as Carol mentioned, but keep an eye on the calendar and the hub, and calendar invites coming out from us. So.
And then for the Shred It Day, I'm thinking, Ashley, you'll be doing some kind of social media post that you guys can share.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Awesome. And then, like we've been saying, so all of this information is going to be on our hub, which is KWCP274.com. But you can find our calendar, everything that we're doing. And then obviously stay in the loop with our private Facebook page, our Instagram, all that kind of stuff. It's where we post a lot of this info. If it's not coming through email, we're posting it here as well. So just make sure you're staying plugged in.
Thank you. And again, we just want to thank our affiliates, Mark Janes, Melissa Fryermood, Ryan Mari, Thomas, and Mark Purcell. So thank you all. We appreciate you. And then lastly, holding up us between Chile is Ron Benjamin from Ohio Real Title. So is he close by?
Very good.
You're up.
Okay, come on, you're up.
Oh, yeah. Let's see who we thank down here. Ron Benjamin. All right, Debbie, where you at? My team members are here. Debbie and Jordan. Yeah, stand up, guys. Come up here. I gotta do this. You're doing it too. Yeah, so obviously we're one of your affiliates. We're always happy to be here and help sponsor, participate with you guys. If you need anything, we're here to help you guys grow. The climate, the industry, we're all in this together, right? So regardless of what's going on in the industry, we're here to support you guys. A lot of challenges that you may run into, lean on us as much as you can. So for us, it's all about the experience with Ohio Real Title. So regardless of the transaction, we want to be an extension of you guys. I know in March, we're doing a class on fraud here. Nicole's on vacation? Okay, yeah.
We've announced it 3 times.
Yeah.
You did. Well, it's always good to hear the 4th time. You'll remember the 4th, 3rd, you'll never. So we'd love to have you guys here. This is really for you guys. We are all at risk. People are becoming professional fraudsters, if you will. They're always trying to figure out the next layer to beat. Regardless of who you're working with, there should be systematic things in place for you so you're not exposed. If you're not exposed, your client's not exposed. They're relying on you. What do I do in this next step? What do I do in the next process? We're going to be covering that. Our attorney, Sarah Thorpe, will be with us. And we're going to go through all the elements of what are the signs of fraud? How does this affect me? How should I respond? Should I participate in that? So please come. I think it's something that over the next, what's been going on for a long time, but it's becoming more challenging to beat fraud. And your focus is selling real estate, not what the crooks are doing. But we want to make sure you're aware of that. So everybody know Debbie King?
Most everybody.
And then.
I'm gonna jump in with the
Yeah,
fraud thing
go ahead.
just a little bit, because I've experienced this particularly over the last year, where agents are getting phone calls from, a client, a prospective client, and they talk to them on the phone. They don't have a Zoom meeting with them. They're in another state. And they go ahead and move through this process of buying and selling the transaction, and it falls apart. And so, I mean, it does happen. I've witnessed it a couple times in the last year or so. And the agent said, well, I never saw them. And, a lot of it too has to do with dower. We never saw them. We didn't know they have a spouse. We didn't know this. We didn't know that. See your people, touch them. That's all I'm gonna say to that, because it's really important.
So we do have a new team member, Jordan Lawless. So if you know Jordan, give him a round of applause so we know who knows. Thanks, guys. And obviously, we're excited to have somebody like Jordan over. I tried to get Jordan over a couple years ago, and then he finally came to his senses. So, but just to let everybody know, we cover every county in the state of Ohio. We just opened our New Albany location, so we're excited about that. We will make sure an invite goes out for our grand opening. We'd love for you to come meet the staff. And again, we're really here to support you guys and continue to grow with you at your pace, but make sure you guys feel supported. So you guys are probably ready for the chili. We did not participate because my wife was too busy. But we are looking to taste test. So have a great day today. We'll be around to talk to you guys. Oh yeah, we did bring the cheese and sour
We
cream.
did bring it.
And thanks guys for letting us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, did you want to explain how voting will work?
Yep, so next office meeting 20th, but let's get to the voting. So to vote for your chili, you're gonna scan this QR code, and then in the vision room, all the chilies have a name and number. So in all the cups by the chili also have a little number on the bottom of the cup, so you can help remember which one is which, so you can vote for your favorite. So just go and sample a few. We have platters that you can put your little sample cups on. So make sure you pick up a platter and sample cups at each station, so you can try multiple ones. And then make sure you remember your favorite and scan here and vote for your favorite. Awesome.
Thank you.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
All right, let the chili begin.
How are you? Yeah.
Oh, and okay.